Or just not say anything when I walk away.
Well,
Then
I
everybody
think
can hear me.
it should be fine if you walk away and you yell from across the room, because I think mostly we can hear you.
Yeah.
With that.
Well,
So
I usually just stay in front of the mic, but
yeah.
so I'll get up and like I can still like everybody else sounds perfectly clear. So I'm like, taking a leak or something.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, hey.
Are you ever talking and we're not responding to you? Because I feel like if we hear you, we stop talking and we listen, because you're like faint, right? So everyone kind of like leans into their speaker or whatever.
It's like, what's that? Yeah, totally. Yeah. I was just reading The Hounds of Tyndalos for the next podcast episode, which is a pretty cool short story by one of, I guess you could say, nowadays people would probably call him one of Lovecraft's disciples, but I mean, they were kind of around at the same time. I don't know. And like, they both wrote for Weird Tales.
Right.
So, it was like 1929. It's some guy takes this weird, like, hit a Chinese occult drug and uses it to like take his mind back in time to like the beginning of time.
Yeah. Okay.
And he like, of course, he in doing so attracts the attention of creatures that you don't want to attract the attention of. So now he's like in quite a terrible state, rambling and screaming about fiends from beyond time that live inside angles and that are probably gonna like find him and eat him or something like that now. So hey, who just came in?
There's some. Oh yeah, some James.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you doing?
Awesome.
Is that okay? Is that loud and clear?
Yeah. It's a little quiet. Let me see if I can turn you up, or if you're at 200%. No, I'm at 200%. It's a little quiet.
Come on.
I've noticed. I don't know if you've fiddled around with this, but in voice and video under settings, there's an output volume slider.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I have it at 100%, but you might also have it at 100%, and you might want it at 150 or something like that.
I understand. So
how's my volume?
Good, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I never seem to have that issue, but James, you are definitely quiet.
I think James has a condenser mic. You do too, though.
Yeah.
You've both got condenser mics, don't you?
I don't think this is technically a condenser mic.
Okay.
There we go.
They're a little more fiddly, though.
Yeah. No, this is like just this big omnidirectional set of mics. It's like it's weird. It's some weird newfangled hybrid mic contraption. I think it's
a little bit better. It could go up a little farther, though.
Well, I've got it at 200% of output volume. So
okay, all right. That's as loud as it goes. Then I've got you at 200% there. You know what? I'm gonna turn Mouser down a little bit, and then turn the
How's that?
Oh, that's good. That's pretty good.
Better? Yeah. Are you just saying that to be nice?
No. I'm looking at the audio level. You're in the yellow. I think what I need to do is just turn up my headphone volume.
All right.
At this point.
Great. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, you?
Good.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, James.
Hi. How are you today?
Good, you?
Good, thank you. I'm doing very well.
How was your dinner?
I'm going to turn off my microphone for a moment, though, so I can finish chewing on things. And then
okay. But we want to hear that sound. We love the sound of you chewing, especially if it's something crunchy.
Oh, this is interesting. I'm rolling up the episode generator, and it's been pretty samey. this whole time. Like it's always like kind of like, I don't know, just like it's always been sort of samey, but this is different. This one is
It's
different.
a different one. Cool. You never know what the random generator will throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I use one.
All right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Are you gonna win?
All right.
That's
I'm gonna have to do a separate roll for this episode, but I'm gonna wait until everyone gets here, and then I'm gonna message secretly and do some interesting stuff that not everyone knows about, but now we know there's something behind the scenes.
cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So I feel like Amy has committed too, but hopefully she's she's up and awake. Oh, you've got her on call there too, so that's good.
Yeah, I just messaged her.
Yeah. Cool.
Just paged.
Yeah, paged. Paging Dr. Arwen.
Because both of her icons are in the orange.
Yeah, in the sort of online, but they're idle, both of them.
Yeah, which is weird.
I feel like if she were up and around and fiddling at the computer, one of those things would say Lost Ark or something like that,
Yeah, makes sense.
She's been playing Lost Ark recently. I've been playing Elite Dangerous recently. It's a really
good game.
It's a good game, and it's kind of it's time filling, but it's also like, because I'm playing with other people as well, like I'm playing in a fleet carrier refueling clan.
Yeah.
It's very much like we have a specific goal for right now.
Are you a fuel rat?
No, I am a tritium monkey.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not saving people in the black from exploding. What I'm doing is there are fleet carriers that come to our systems, and we run tritium really, really quickly and refuel them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's very much like a fuel rat, except there's a lot of really cool monkey memes out there. So
Okay. Right on. Yeah. So you are an actual monkey.
I am. Well, I'm a simian for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's say 8.
Yeah, I'm one of the great apes, and but like the tritium monkeys, we don't just use great apes. We can use any kind of simian, animated GIF or meme or whatever that we can just throw out to people, and it's a lot of fun. I'm like nowhere even close to getting my own fleet carrier, but that is the eventual goal for me. And then I figure when I get bored of that, I don't know how much everyone knows about Elite Dangerous, but there's different roles there's different roles. Like what I'm doing is supporting the player economy, but then there's also an exploration bit of the game where about 1% of the total galaxy right now is explored. And when I get bored of doing this thing that I'm doing right now, I'll probably get a long range jumper and go exploring and put my name on stars and stuff like that.
Exploring kind of sounds more fun to me. I don't know.
It can be scary. What I'm doing right now is really safe.
When I played Elite Dangerous 2 years ago. I played it a lot.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a time suck,
Mm-hmm.
and it required me to be in Windows, which I hate being in Windows.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a Linux game, is it?
Yeah, but I was playing with Ian, so so we could like hook up together and then go travel.
Yeah.
But I did the explorer thing because I suck at the fighting thing.
Right. Yeah.
And,
no, I don't like fighting. I'm like plain like dog fighting, space dog fighting. I don't like it.
I can't do it. So here's the thing, though. I took about a week, and there is a solar system in Elite Dangerous that has my name on it.
Nice, sweet.
Because I was the first one there. So.
Very cool.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Now, if I could find it, sure.
Oh, solar
I
system.
don't think I can find it again.
Oh no.
It's been a long time since I played, probably over a year. So.
Yeah, of course.
I think I bookmarked it. I think I did actually bookmark it.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey, there you are. Oh, I was worried you weren't going to show up, but there you are. Wonderful.
Cool.
Are you actively learning French?
I am trying with the help of Candy. She's telling me the important things to know.
Yeah.
Like pull on the snow.
Yeah, you gotta learn the swears, Amy.
Yeah, the swearing is the first thing. That's what the children learn first.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll find the Mercy Buckets goes a long way too.
Yeah, mercy buckets.
Mercy buckets?
Oh, thank you very
Mercy.
much.
Like
Merci
merci beaucoup.
Yeah, but mercy buckets.
Yeah, exactly.
Mercy.
Let's turn my gamma down a little bit.
That'd be a good name for a band. Mercy buckets.
Yeah. Just buckets of mercy. It almost sounds sarcastic.
All the mercy. It'd have to be death metal too.
Yeah, exactly.
Mercy.
All right.
All right.
The gang's all here.
Yay.
The gang
I'm
is
so sorry I was late. I was talking to my niece and I lost track of time and
Yeah, no problem.
I apologize.
Don't worry about it. So let me just take a minute and I'm just gonna type some stuff and actually I'll need to drag this off the stream so that it's private. There we go.
My sister left her home alone for the first time, like for more than just going to the store visit. So
How old is she?
14.
Oh yeah.
So like she's getting to stay home by herself overnight.
Oh nice. Is she excited or is she nervous?
She's annoyed at her sister who's not listening to her and is yelling a lot and running around. Her sister's staying with a friend, but the friend is across the street, so they keep running in and out.
Fun time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still just typing away.
You type away.
Making secret demons.
So Candy and Mouser need to know that we have I've struck a deal with Penguin Publishing.
Oh.
And the adventures of our otter and squirrel will be the next season's big Christmas child's book.
Nice.
So we need to get on finishing the story.
Of what?
Of our squirrel and our otter. It's going to be the next big thing if you don't know about it.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two creatures. One is a squirrel named Rattler, and the other is an otter named Roehampton. And and they go on an adventure after reading about after reading about Tanzania and the interesting flora and fauna that are there, they decide they want to see it. So they get on a boat and are taking passage on a boat.
When did you create this?
We created it when I was manipulating Candy and Jim to not get off of Discord when I was not ready to stop talking to people after one of our games.
Okay.
Yeah, it was maybe a month ago, maybe
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. So we were taking turns building this story. You're more than welcome to join in.
Yes, you can definitely join in.
I
Where is
think.
it?
Oh, just on Discord, and Amy's taking notes.
Yeah, I'm taking
Oh,
notes.
Okay.
So far they didn't have money for the passage on the boat, so they're working. Roehampton, the otter, is fishing, catching fish, and Rattler, the squirrel, is swabbing the deck. And one day they're fishing and swabbing. Yep, that's the picture of them that I drew. One day when they're swabbing and fishing, they find a message in a bottle, and they open it up to find that mermaids have written this note that's in the bottle, and they are requesting assistance with a problem that they're having, which is that they are very bored of seafood. And they would like a variety diet. So they decide
Wow.
that they're going to go to continue on their trip to Tanzania, and they're going to collect some of this interesting flora and fauna and bring it back to the mermaids. And they will lure the mermaids to the top with a sea shanty that they learn, which they
That's
don't
right.
know yet. So when they get to Tanzania, the first thing they do is they stop at the local port's like bar, which is a rowdy bar, and they go up to some pirates and ask to learn a sea shanty. And they're a little hesitant at first, but Rattler intimidates them a little, and they decide, they don't want any violence, so they teach them a sea shanty about smuggling on ships. And there's a sea devil that is smuggled onto a ship, and that's as far as we've gotten so far.
That's pretty in depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
hang on a sec.
what kind of game is this?
I'm gonna.
It's not a game. We're making a story.
I see. I
have
okay.
contracted. I've contracted a deal with Penguin Publishing.
Yeah, of course.
And we are going to make a children's novel.
I didn't realize that was the goal, but up for that. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave Discord for a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Something weird is happening, and I'm kind of on a little bit on my toes today because I got scammed electronically because I was an idiot.
Oh no!
Something really
could happen to anyone.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So
these scammers, they are professionals. Like I hate
Nigerian
that.
prince.
That you should never fucking do, and it's like cybersecurity 101 is that you should never fucking click on a link in an email, and that's what I did.
Oh no! Okay.
It looked like it was from my service provider. That's why I did it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So there's like, it seems like there's an extra instance of Discord running. I'm not sure. I just want to see
that's
if
weird.
it's still running when I close this one. So just give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Do your thing.
All right, cool.
Safety
I think
first.
it was a Nigerian prince that wants his money.
I mean, if his name is if his name is Hobble, could you please let him know that I forwarded the money to England? I'm still waiting for my portion back. I've
Yeah.
been emailing him, and he hasn't gotten back to me, which is very unlike him because he was very responsive at first.
Yeah, of course. So
Yeah.
that's worrying. I hope he's okay.
I
I
am
thought it might have
too.
been
I'm very
Tanzania-
worried that he's
Tanzanian
not
pirate.
okay. Because he said rebels were coming, and that's why he had to deal with this money. So
Yeah.
I'm very concerned for his safety.
Of
I've
course.
been keep looking in the news, and I hear nothing of rebels in Nigeria, but
No.
still concerned.
Yeah. Well, rebels, not unlike the Levadians, I think.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Uh,
So maybe it's a Bakarakian prince. He's living in Nigeria.
That's very
Lucky.
upsetting.
Take the deal, Jam.
yeah, right. I don't know. Yeah, it looked very Canadian. It looked very convincing. I don't know.
Mhm.
There's still something funky going on, but I don't think it's related. I think it's just some weird computer thing. I don't
Right.
think it's related to anything.
Mhm.
So they actually got my email password, but I changed it like right away, and I think that's the only thing they got. So yeah,
Hmm.
All right.
it's just so weird. It's so like stupid. Like I can't believe I did that. You know, it was just like it said, oh, you have a voice over IP message. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Who would send me that? And it's like it says it's from Tech Savvy, so I click on the link, which leads me to a login page,
Yeah, of course.
and it looks like it looks like their login page pretty much. So of course, as soon as
Yeah.
I realized, wait a second, there's something funny about that address, and when I like entered in the info, it took me to like their main page, but it didn't actually seem to do anything. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like, so where's the voice message? Hang on a sec, that's not webmail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Anyway.
sucks. So you're changing all your like security stuff, and that's what you'll be doing for a while.
I think the only thing that they got were my ISP passwords,
Mm-hmm.
and I changed those. But I might change some of the other ones just to be sure. But I think that otherwise it's okay. But
Right.
I had a bad moment too because my ex is still she's still like listed as the account holder.
Oh, weird. Okay.
And yeah, they won't change it because she won't talk to anybody. So
Right. Yeah.
like, she won't, like of course I asked, right? Like sent her a message and like,
Yeah.
hey, just
Yeah. No, I
call
know
them,
that.
right?
I know this story, and I know she's obstinate.
Yeah. So obviously trying to reset my password was kind of difficult because I wasn't actually getting the emails but I talked to them and they helped sort of straighten it out. So
Right. Okay.
anyway, sorry, Amy, I didn't mean to interrupt your important
You're
telling,
fine.
but I just noticed something weird was happening, and
Totally understandable.
Yeah.
I actually had to turn down Discord to read something, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Though, if they do, if these people somehow, it sounds like we've taken all necessary steps, but if somehow they do steal all your money, don't worry, there is Penguin Publishing money coming.
Right. Yes.
Right.
You will of course be
I've been
listed
asking
as
them.
one of the co-authors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, gee, well, that's. Well, I mean, if they do try to steal something, they'll be vastly disappointed. But yeah, I mean, vastly disappointed.
Yeah, as
we
with
all laugh,
as
but
with
we're
all
all crying
Canadians,
inside.
as
We're
with
all
all
laughing
Canadians,
because we all know exactly that.
Yeah,
Because
all of our
in the
money
same
is
exact
tied up in the
boat.
government.
Yeah.
Steal my money from my bank? Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Funny on you. If you really want those $13.29,
Exactly.
have at it, man.
Mhm. Man, you must really need that like pack of smokes or whatever you're gonna buy with that.
Yeah. They really, really want that pack of smokes.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to lead us into the game. I'm gonna.
Oh, we're playing a game. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean,
That's
I
why
got
we're here.
stuff to talk about too, but we'll wait. We'll wait for the break. So we have. I know I've summarized it in the chat, but I wanted to just kind of get us there. We've been getting, we heard about a battle that was going on. Somebody ran up to one of your ships and said, guys, you should take a look over in that direction. And you did, and you saw smoke, steam, in fact, coming up from the steam peoples, the Bacarakians, who are steam people made up of steam. You saw steam billowing out from their hot chocolate shop. And that's a lot like it raining blood in this scenario, right? And so you rush over, and there was I think there was one enforcer with you. And on the way over, if anyone, and you saw that he was eating one of his magical chewy granola bars, that will give you, it's basically meth. It'll give you a +1 to everything, and there's no side effects. So it's future meth.
Future drop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So if anybody would like to pick this guy's pocket, you don't have to pick his pocket. He'll give it to you if you ask. But even just like a little square of it is gonna help you out in this situation.
Oh, I definitely like some of that booster stuff.
Right.
If you got some of the booster juice, I'll
Absolutely. Yep. And he's got like different kinds of stuff. You said booster juice, so what he did was he reached into his there's like a little pocket on his boot. He reached down there and unclipped something, pulled it up, and there's a tiny little flask. It says it actually does say booster juice on it. And
Nice.
I think that's an actual brand, so
Yeah.
like an
Probably.
actual Terran Earth brand.
Really?
Yeah, booster juice. I think that it is. So they'd become big. They were probably swallowed up by Acme at some point.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Everything gets swallowed up by Acme Industries.
And so he gives this to you. It does the same thing.
So, what does this stuff do exactly?
It gives you +1 to
Okay.
all skill checks.
All skill checks?
Yeah. But not damage rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, it quickens your mind, it quickens your body. And it'll wear off after a little while. So does anybody else want to ask this guy? Oh yeah, there it is. Yep, that purple sign, booster juice.
Cool.
There's one of those in Toronto, close to where.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it.
Yeah, there used to be one
didn't
close
know.
that shut down.
Yeah.
Now there's a bubble tea place there instead.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
so
of
many
course it
bubble
is.
tea places. There's like,
There's not enough bubble
Oh.
I
tea.
was just talking about one earlier.
Yeah.
Just opened.
What
Like-
bubble tea?
It's called
I like
Coffee
it.
Tea.
I like bubble tea. I just don't understand why there's like, 3 bubble tea places all beside each other. You know?
I like bubble
That's pretty
tea.
dumb.
It's dispensary,
It's like
bubble
those
tea
guys
place.
should be helping
dispensary,
each
bubble
other,
tea.
not,
Mhm. All right.
not forming unnecessary antagonisms.
So if nobody else wants any of these squares, I believe maybe Amy had already had some.
Oh, if you have another one, I might need maybe like another like granola bar. Oh, like whatever that was like later. Yeah.
And he's nodding at you like yeah, waiting for you to finish. And you guys are walking quickly over towards the battle, and he waits almost until you're finished, and he just like breaks off a piece of what he's eating and hands it to you, and he's like,
Okay,
oh,
good.
you wanted this boost, right, didn't you?
I wrap it in a tissue and put it in my pocket for later.
Yep.
In case I need a snack.
Okay,
My
yeah,
blood
for
sugar
later.
is low.
Yeah, that's right. And Amy, what is your character's name again?
Pasifina Rex.
Pasifina Rex. Okay, because I'm gonna actually have to write everything, all your names down again, because I'm terrible at this. My memory is awful. And Alexia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zenada or Zen?
Yep.
Zen.
Zenada or Zen.
Zen's in the house.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I just-
What?
And James.
keep it calm there.
Is 8 EST.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. 8 EST.
Experimental science technician.
And JM, I don't have to ask you because your name is Mouser in the chat. So
Yeah, I just
Mouser.
changed it because
Yeah.
it was spring, and now it's not spring anymore.
yeah,
so.
that's right.
I don't know how to change my DM nickname. So whenever I'm like talking to people, it's like spring, and it's nowhere else. Like nowhere else is it in use now. So it's people get very
right.
confused when I
Okay.
message.
Well, I feel bad
that's-
for like everybody else got asked what their name is. JM, what's your character's name?
She forgot.
There. Now everybody got asked.
Right.
Very
All right.
considerate.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh man, and the man, I wish I had notes that were organized. It was and we had
You've
Rad,
seen how I write notes.
and we had Rad and Chad.
Chad.
Yeah, that's right.
Rad and Chad, law enforcement.
Yeah, long arm of the law. And they're on your side this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a not a treaty, but like a gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
And-
we're pretty friendly. It turns out. So.
And they're giving us food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's
helping us with our scanning.
it's not
boosting.
great food, but it's not that tasty. But it'll keep you not hungry at any rate.
EST will actually take one if he offers.
Yeah.
But I will not. I don't think I can use it because I'm, an Android.
You are an Android.
I'm gonna keep it for my favorite person of all time, who I look after. It would be Pasifina. So I'll just put it in one of the many little cubby holes that I have about my body.
Yeah, of course.
I imagine like you just have like a bunch of the crap that shit. Like you have like an EpiPen for like her 20 different allergies that she has.
Mhm.
You have like
Mhm.
you have like a decongestant. You have like a congestant. All this all these pills.
Congestant.
Drug to counteract the drug that you're already taking.
A couple of inhalers, just for sure.
Mhm.
A couple of exhalers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
All right, so you are getting close to this battle, and that is when we'll have Zen go through her thing one more time. What was it that you did last time?
So I think, I was calling out to them and nobody was replying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I shot a couple warning shots in the air
Yeah.
and said, "We want to talk to your leader."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 5 of the Levadians were heading for me.
Yeah, that's right. I think it was 4,
a
and
persuasion thing, and you failed. I think that's what happened.
No, I don't think that's what happened at all.
I
No,
think that's
no.
what happened. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that my social skills are up to par.
I remember saying I should have done that
Yes,
because I had the higher social thing, apparently.
not
So
necessarily the better. You had it. I don't.
and
They
so
I'm more social.
you saw this
Yeah.
scene where there was carnage. There was like part of the dome was knocked in. There were 80 of these lava pigs, these creatures, these people, really, because they're intelligent beings, called Levadians, just running around and causing havoc. And you couldn't see any of the steam people, but you know that there's tunnels underground where these like little tubes where these creatures, where the Bakarakians they move about with these tunnels, and you can see these things are the Levadians they're made out of lava, so their bodies are a little bit they can change shape a little bit. They've got these tentacles that can extend and stuff like that. So you can see that they're thrusting their tentacles into the ground, and digging out parts of the ground, and then steam will escape, right? So that's a bit of a morbid it's a bit of a morbid show on their part. And there are 80 of them altogether, about that, and you've managed to attract the attention, dare I say, aggro 5 of them, and those are just the 5 nearest ones. There's a lot of them have other stuff going on in their minds, so maybe you're not the biggest thing that they're trying to do right now, but at least 5 of them think, oh, this is something we've got to take care of.
yeah.
And I'm going to just leave it right there for like 3 minutes or something, because I'm gonna get another drink and maybe snack on my dinner and stuff too.
Sounds good.
Just for a couple minutes, and you guys can discuss what's you need to do at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'll be right back.
So does anyone have a handheld thermonuclear device?
No, unfortunately not.
Only 2.
Do you?
Are
Yeah,
you
mine-
offering?
Or are you suggesting we bargain with one of these thermonuclear devices? Like, one step further and I push the button and we all die.
We'll all die or no one dies. That's how it works today.
We could pretend we have a thermonuclear device.
That is a possibility.
Yes. I mean, it's a pretty good bargaining chip.
You think? Total annihilation or talk to us. Maybe we'll talk.
We
how
have
we-
your thermonuclear dreadnought. Don't take one more step. I mean, wait. Don't. Is that a double negative? Don't. Oh my god. Yep, that's what I said.
Yeah.
All good.
Well, it's either bluff them or parley with them. Like, if we can, convince them that we actually want to have an honest talk, or we can trick them into possibly backing off. They seem to be destroying they seem to be acting quite aggressively right now.
Could we, perhaps, instead of firing at them, just before them, and maybe that will give them pause to slow down, and maybe we can chat again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Or-
there are an
Maybe.
awful lot of them. I think they need to have good reason to listen to us.
Hmm.
I could shoot
Like a-
another warning shot.
You could, but
I'm sure that's going to work well.
you like your gun. Your gun is your best friend.
Guns.
The gun is good.
I have tons of friends.
Yeah.
Oh, cat. Oh.
How far do we know how far they are away?
I think I had it written down. Hold on.
What do you have?
No, I did not. And no, I don't know.
What are you looking for?
How
How far
far they were from us?
Oh,
There's 4 or 5 of these things running directly at us.
yeah.
Has Pasifina run away yet? Is the question, really?
I thought you were actively carrying her at this point.
Yeah, I am. I just wanted to make sure, because I don't think I was here for this session.
Yeah, you were.
What was
Yeah,
I?
yeah.
I don't remember that being the last one. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I have like a little seat, like a little baby papoose in the front, where she sits and she's tied in. But the really cool thing is I can completely rotate my head and my lower body so that if I feel that she's in danger, she just becomes behind me on my back.
Oh, yes.
So when I have to run away, I just put her on my back and start running. Oh no, no, the other way around. If that's okay with Amy.
I think that's a great idea.
All right.
It's a way to make it so my character's not constantly running away from everyone.
Yeah. Strap her in.
Run away. No. That takes you out of the fun. And I constantly reassure you that everything will be fine. Take a deep breath.
There's guns! There's not gonna be a next time!
What
Now,
did I
we've
walk
discussed
in on?
We've discussed this
Yeah.
before. Take a deep breath. Let it out. No. I pull out a little brown paper bag.
Mhm.
Put it over her nose. Now breathe slowly.
The whole bag's like inhaling into her mouth, exhaling out like a balloon.
Oh my! I'm glad we were in character. That's cool. All right, so I know that's that Zen is up on the on like just risen over the crest and has fired a couple of shots in the air and gotten the attention of about 5 of them, exactly 5 of them, and so I want to know, as they charge at you, what is the party thinking and doing?
Could I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
I've looked at my stats,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to. I don't know how best to say this. They're kind of awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Amy. So when she fired the warning shots and they turn and are attacking, are they clearly being aggressive, or are they just running over to say hi?
They're clearly aggressive.
I think they were being pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking I want to yell out something at them right now.
Okay.
I want to say, I see if I convince them. I'm saying, so we have our 2 enforcers with us, right?
Yeah.
and they're all like wearing their shiny, nice uniforms and everything.
Yeah, I think we probably I think we had one with us, but Chad would have been there at the battlegrounds, kind of watching, prone over a hill kind of thing. So you met up with him. Yeah, we've got both of our enforcers there.
Right, and we have the one guy, and we have the other guys in communication range. So I'm like, hey, you Lavodians, you being so aggressive. This planet, you do know that this planet is under the protection of galactic law enforcement.
Right. And the enforcers look at each other, and they draw their guns. Of course, they've got their SMGs, and they draw their guns, and they stand sort of erect as they do that, as they're being sort of called out as the enforcement here, trying to look very important. And
yeah,
of course. And the Levadians, it is unknown how they react. I would like you to roll a social roll for them.
Okay.
For yourself, rather. So
right.
2d6, add your social skill to it.
Yeah, all right. And that would be +1 now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So rolled a 9. So my social, let's see. I'm gonna find that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just looking for.
Could I roll sort of in the background for a moment? Knowledge. Do I know their leader?
Okay, so
roll knowledge and in the background. And Master, go ahead.
that would be 13.
13. All right. So with this is a good roll. So with this roll, one of them, the one that was in front, turns sideways and throws up tentacles in the front and back as if to say, stop right here, you other four, with his body language. And he walks up and he starts grunting and spitting, and you have no idea what he's saying. He's obviously using some kind of language, probably the Levadian language, but yeah. There is one of us who might be able to tell and might be able to translate. So James, what was your knowledge roll for the
a 10.
A 10.
I rolled a 7 plus 3 for mine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So a 10 will get it, and you do know about their you were rolling to know who their leader is, basically, right?
Right. Yeah. So maybe it could come in handy when we were chatting that we.
Yeah. So the general structure of their society is fairly decentralized, but they do have a structure in place called the Levadian Council, but it's not really like a council. It's kind of like a sarcastic way to call what their organization is, right? So there isn't like 13 leaders that all meet, right? The council is just people passing messages back and forth between colonies.
Is it an autonomous collective where they hire a new person every week to? It's a Monty Python reference.
Yeah, that's right. So picking out one leader, picking out one leader to talk about wouldn't necessarily be the greatest tactic, because even in the language that they use, the council in that sort of sarcastic way kind of defies that idea that there should be one leader.
Good to know.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you wanted to say something before he started spewing lava on the ground with his hateful rhetoric,
EST will ask Pasavina, do you understand the language?
How do I know if I understand the language?
You're kind of a technical person, aren't you?
Yeah. She's a smarty pants.
Mm-hmm. I feel like your relationship with EST is that he knows kind of the a lot of the broad strokes, and you know some very specific technical knowledge like hacking and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it would probably be EST who knows the language.
Oh,
Okay.
Unless
Not
that's
so
wrong.
much.
Unless that's wrong. Unless I'm assuming something.
No, I've got a +3 to knowledge, and you have a +3 to technical, right?
I have a +4 to technical.
Yeah, because you have the boost.
Yeah, she's got a 2 in knowledge.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the language so much, but listening to it, there are tonal elements similar to Duntonese.
Let me scan my database.
Right. And sorry, just to remind me what it was that you said to them, Mouser.
I said you do realize that.
Oh, right.
Despite that this planet is under the protection of galactic law enforcement. Of course, I'm kind of bluffing, but then I'm kind of forcing the enforcers to look important and like they need to be there to protect the planet. But
and
that's kind of what it's happening.
And so they understand what you're saying, and they say in their language, they understand what you're saying, and so maybe they can speak it, but they're speaking in their own language for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They say where, and this is to Mouse. This is to AEST, because he's the only one here who can understand it.
Yeah, I rolled a 13, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So they're saying, well, where was law enforcement to protect us from these terrible creatures, these incorporeals, these steamoids, when they came to kill us in the night in our sleep? All of our children and all of our mates and all of our warriors are gone. Why would we care about what law enforcement does?
I translate that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they
sit patiently.
That's a good question. But an eye for an eye just leaves everybody without eyes.
Yeah, exactly. And I say, I'm interpreting their question very literally, and I say, honestly, I don't know where law enforcement was at that time. But we're here now, and I think that it would serve everyone better if we just talked all this out. And maybe it's a matter of you two not really understanding each other's grievances. Maybe it's something we can talk about. And maybe because we're here, maybe we can be arbitrators.
And you translate that, I assume.
Yes.
ATEST. And it's awkward speaking the language because they speak with this really strange, heavy, phlegmy kind of voice. They don't so much have lungs and a voice box and that kind of thing. And when they speak, they're actually spitting onto the ground. All of this magma is coming out, and it's exactly yeah. So
Awesome.
you're doing your best to catch the accents, and you're doing a good job, but you are actually using your voice box, so it sounds different. But they
it's French with a heavily English accent.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Mercy buckets. Horse and shivers.
So, oh man, I got lost in the description. I forgot what you actually said to them. That's twice I've done this in like 5 minutes. Can you remind me, Messer?
I said, well, I don't know where law enforcement was at that time, but I mean, this is obviously a local dispute that now involves more than just you two. So I think that it's in everybody's best interest for us to talk it out rather than destroy each other. That's essentially what I said.
Yeah, that's right. And they say, we have never, ever, even once seen the shame of these incorporeal creatures, these creatures of the air. They don't care about us. All they want to do is kill us.
So are any of the Steam people here right now? I guess they're probably all over.
They're not really here right now. They are. There's a lot of steam in the air, which is a little bit. You're getting the sense that this is morbid, and there are a lot of these Levadians are digging through the ground with their extensible tentacles and releasing steam up into the air.
In this particular game, is there something that we could refer to as a inside check to see if this guy
An insight check?
Like telling the truth,
something like that.
I think that would be a social roll.
Okay. So I asked, when was the last time you communicated with the Bakarakians? How would you know if they even feel shame after so many years?
Let me see. It was a long time ago. They are in fear of us now, as they should be.
Well, you're certainly right about that. They do fear you. But, I mean, because they fear you now, they're not simply going to lie down and take your aggressions. So all the more reason to talk it out.
Have not enough people died? Do we need more?
Are you did you roll your social roll to see if he's lying or not?
Oh, sorry. Am I supposed to roll social?
No, that was James.
Okay. Ooh. 11.
11
and 2 5s.
Oh, nice. So, you can tell that he is being truthful. He's speaking his truth. And you, because you were kind of rolling insight, I'm going to give it to you that he is speaking his truth, but he is being really obstinate in his facts, and he's very set in his ways, as if it's a tradition now to hate these things.
Right.
And it's not necessarily a hatred that he feels from experience.
Right.
Yeah.
It's been passed down from generation to generation that this
Right.
horrible occurrence happened, and
Yeah.
thus they're all
Yeah.
bad and evil. Sort of the steam people are bad and evil because of this event that happened decades ago and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys have never or you are talking to this one. You have never actually talked to one of these so-called steamoids. You don't know what their passions are. You don't know how they feel about anything.
All right, roll one more social, because you've tried to convince these guys twice now to see their side.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh, nice. 16.
What?
16, nice.
Yeah, double 6. Oh wait, that means something, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
Yep.
That's another complication. I opposed that roll. I didn't meet what you rolled, but I did roll two threes.
Oh,
So
wow.
we both get a complication here. So I don't know, how are we gonna do this? So should you go first and narrate what kind of complication? Like you're kind of getting under his skin. Like he's starting to think about it. He's starting to think about what he's doing. Right.
Okay.
And this is just one of the 5 that are standing in front of you, right? The other 4 seem agitated.
Right.
That he would even be talking like this.
So
Talking to you. They seem agitated that he would be talking to you rather than like destroying you on the spot.
yeah.
Do they have anything that adorns them? Any like do they wear clothes? Do they have like jewelry?
There's no clothes or jewelry, but they have, you know how lava has a dark crust?
Uh-huh.
They have their crust is in sort of patterns, like they can control them. You can tell them apart because of their individual patterns on their crust.
Can I see if I notice, like, as I notice this being seems to, if I do notice, like kind of be paused and being more contemplative and considerate of what we're saying. Is there a pattern I notice or a shape I notice in their harder lava?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me, but I want to get back to what Mouser was saying.
Okay, go ahead.
So you've got this thing's ear, miraculously, and you've got a complication coming up as well.
So this should be something in my favor, right?
Yes, this should be something in your favor, and then I've got something that can work against you.
Okay, so
well.
all of a sudden, from the ground erupts one of the Bacharachiyas.
Right.
And he looks like he's injured.
Right. Yes, that's perfect. All right. So from the 5 in front of you, there is the one is being sort of he's talking to you, But the other four, they start approaching the one that's talking to you, and they're grunting in aggression, right? And 8EST doesn't recognize any words. It's just plain audible aggression. And I'm gonna see if these guys can undo what you've. Nope, they can't undo what you've done. Never mind. So I rolled really poorly for them trying to persuade this guy, or so this Bacharachyan erupts from the ground, and what is he doing? Why did he erupt from the ground?
He's trying to get somewhere, maybe to shelter or something, but he's like been injured, possibly by the digging, possibly by something else, like in the battle or something that fell on him.
Right.
So he's like, he's steamed, but he's like basically crawling to try and find some way of escaping the melee, possibly.
Right. All right. And you can hear one of the 8 EST can hear one of the 4 that are not the one that you're talking to. One of them says, "We kill the Bacharachyan, or we kill," and then they say a name that you don't recognize.
I don't recognize it.
Yeah, no, you don't recognize it, but they are gesturing towards the Levadian.
Oh,
that you're talking about.
Right. Do I recognize it?
Not the name, but you recognize the gesture.
yeah.
So they're one of them proposed that we're that the group kills the Bacharachyan or the Levadian.
Like one or the other, or both of them?
One
Both
or
of
the
them, I
other.
assume. Okay. Wow. What a bunch of merciless bastards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're kind of in the midst of a skirmish. So I would like, as a way to make up the Levadian's mind, he's sort of teetering between the decision right now. And I'm going to give him a 50-50 chance on a dice roll. So somebody should roll a d6, and on an even, he sides with his Levadian friends. On an odd, he speaks out against his Levadian friends.
Okay. I'll do it, since I'm trying to do the convincing.
Right.
1.
Okay. He looks at this Bacharachyan as it's kind of wavers through the air weakly, barely holding itself together, just barely coalesced into a form. And he takes pity on it, and he turns around and he says, "No, we can't kill this one. It's obviously it's obviously already wounded. It will go and tell the tales of our victory." And the other 4 were already not having it. So what you've done here is added an NPC to the party.
Nice.
In this one particular combat, we'll see how that plays out afterwards. but there is no convincing these other four. And I want to ask you, what do you think the Bakarakian is doing? He's probably escaping, right? He seems wounded. He's needed to get out of the ground because of all those lava tentacles invading the ground.
Yeah.
So he's probably escaping above surface.
Yeah, he's trying sort of not to be noticed, but he knows he's been noticed. But he's like, okay, these guys they look like they might fight, and he's like, he's trying to be inconspicuous and get away.
Right. And so this Levadian, he turns on his friends, and he says, he gives a Levadian battle cry, which sounds a lot like the Xena battle cry, if anybody knows that. Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to play it on stream. There we go. Awesome. And so he turns and combat ensues. So I'm going to give I think in now and in the future, unless there is some reason not to, like you've been snuck up on or something, you will your team will always get the initiative, just to keep it kind of running in a simple way. And it'll be we've done team sided initiative in the past, and we'll keep doing that now.
So we have 3 NPCs on our side now, right?
Oh, yeah, you do. Absolutely. We've got I'm gonna hit my my Word program, that's Microsoft Word, and I'm going to say Rad Chad, the name that you didn't recognize. It would have to be some kind of guttural utterance. It'll be a gukana. There we go. And that is apparently the name of the Levadian. On the other side, there are 4 Levadians. And let's see, we'll have Zen, we'll have Mouser, we'll have Pasifina, and we'll have 8 EST. So I've got sides written down just so I know exactly who's where. And I know exactly what these Levadians are. I'm not going to write it down just because it's not necessarily obvious to you yet. And the Radin Chatter soldiers, or whatever they're called, is it army? Is it called army?
Enforcement.
Yeah, their career is army as far as the system goes. But yeah, they are definitely intergalactic law enforcement as far as the narrative goes. And so what are you going to do now? We are obviously entering combat. It is time to make tactical decisions.
Okay.
What do you think? These 4 are fighting you, for sure.
So I guess we are going to we're going to ready our weapons, and I don't know what kind of positions should we take up.
How far away are they right now from us?
They are not far away. Not far away at all. You can feel the heat off of their body. They are
Okay.
incredibly hot, but you can
Yeah.
they're not that far away.
Right. So we don't have any advantageous positions to take up. We're pretty much just in a line, I guess.
Yeah, because you were basically just talking to them, right?
Yeah.
So for me, for AEST and Pasifina spins around, is now at my back,
Mm-hmm.
and I will keep looking at them, but I'll be moving back in behind everyone.
Right.
I will take a step forward and a little to the side so that I'm in front of everybody.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And guns are ready too.
Yeah, for sure. This is the first turn. If you're readying your guns, you are not firing them.
Okay.
Right.
This is definitely
Sorry.
a combat too. They will attack you.
Just to finish my go, I would ready my shotgun which comes out of the end of my palm.
Right.
Comes out of my palm.
Okay.
And I have
And
my
I back up
rapid
and
fire pistol, I think it is. Rapid fire, whatever the acronym is.
Automatic.
Yeah.
Auto pistol. That's what it is, right? Auto pistol. I think those are not actually automatic as far as the mechanics go.
No, they're not.
Even though they're called auto pistols, which is a little confusing.
Which is
I had an auto pistol, but I got something else when we were in the ship. What was it?
yeah, wasn't it an
Something like
SMG,
that.
a submachine gun.
SMG.
Yeah. It's
that
like a
was it.
smallish automatic
Because it was
gun.
automatic, because it was like shooting all over the ship, which was like causing all kinds of chaos.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. You were shooting like twice each round, and it was like it was in this like small confined space, just coated in metal.
It was wearing armor, so it was all good.
Yeah. All right. And as far as Amy's question earlier about seeing the pattern on them, and you were wondering if there was any kind of distinctive.
It's okay.
I'm sure you were trying to see if there was any kind of distinctive marks.
It was something I was trying to help with the check just to make it easier, but
Right.
it's all
Okay.
good.
Oh, I see. All right. But you do see that there is a triangle on this one on the back of its head. As it turns around, you can see that there is a unique marker on him. And that is a Gakana. All right, so is anyone actually firing their gun?
Well, if I can, I would.
Yeah, for sure. This is the first turn. And it's your turn to make the make your attacks and everything. There is one that looks larger, stronger than the other. It seems to have seems to maybe be older, and it has a thicker crust on it. And the other three are fairly similar looking.
Okay, I will shoot the one that seems to be fastest and closest to us with my Gauss rifle, which is pretty much always that.
Right. Okay. All right. Make your combat roll.
So 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 hits, for sure.
And Oops. So this came 17 for the first shot.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. When you said fastest and closest, when you said fastest, did you mean the biggest one, or I didn't
The one that was, yeah, I meant more like the one that was closest to us.
Right. Okay.
Or if they're all in like one line, the one that seems like is going to get to us the fastest.
Right. Okay.
If that makes sense.
They're basically in a little cluster.
Okay.
And they're coming towards you. So the closest one, I will just roll for that. And you said it was 17?
17 damage.
Right. Okay. So just rolling for a little stat here. Because you've cut through this thing's endurance immediately.
Okay, good.
So that's pretty wicked. And you've basically blown a hole in this thing. So you've killed this thing in one shot.
I'm sorry.
you have
Oh.
cut through this thing, obliterated it from like one shoulder to the next, and it's there's magma everywhere. And I wonder if they what their morale is like. Their morale is normal for charging lava pigs. And and they continue their aggression. So does anybody else want to shoot?
I get 2 shots.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So I'm going to shoot again.
Mhm.
Oh, for 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 does not hit, right?
An 8 does hit. An 8 will hit.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yep.
Then it'll be...
So how do you roll damage again? It's just...
It's connected to the gun that you're using.
So, 13 damage for this one. So
Right.
the Gauss rifle is 4 dice
Ooh.
for damage. So I roll 4 dice.
I was forgetting about.
'cause I'm wondering how you managed to get a 17. It's like,
Sorry,
how did that even happen?
I was forgetting about the armor that these things should have based on their crust, which would be fairly minimal because it's part of their body and it's not actually all that sturdy.
So 8 wouldn't hit then. I wouldn't think that.
An 8 still hits. Armor is taken off of the damage.
Oh, okay, I see.
All right. So, sorry, what was the damage that you rolled?
13.
13. Okay, so you have. Let me just. You've blown through this one's endurance as well. But not killed it.
Okay. Still sorry.
So let me just see. I need a calculator. God damn it.
Do you know why it's important to
.exe.
make friends with calculators?
Sorry, what?
Because you can always. So do you know why it's important to make friends with calculators?
Why is that?
Because you can always count on them.
Oh, of course. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oops.
I'll be here all night, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. I can't wait.
And there's a tip jar on the end
Is
of
that
the
one of
bar.
your bad jokes today?
Yep.
So I'm going to what is the hotkey for strike through? Control S? Oh.
No, it's Control Shift S.
Control
no, that's no, sorry. That might be fuck, what is it?
What are you
Huh.
trying to do?
Yeah, good. That's I should know all these keep.
It's okay. I'll just type dead on it. And this one has, I believe it was 13 damage. I'm gonna tell you that their armor is 3. Except for the thicker crust one, that one has a little bit more armor. All right, so you had 2 shots. Do you need to do anything else on your turn?
No, I stay in front of the group.
Right. Okay. Would anyone else like to shoot
Yeah, I'll
move
shoot, I
or
guess.
do anything? Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
All right, so you can roll your combat, add your skill, add the +1,
okay.
and hit an 8 or above.
Okay. Okay, I think I actually have 0 combat, so but
Right.
then
Okay.
it would be 1 now. So
Does that mean you have no combat skill listed, or you have a combat skill listed as 0? Because those are different.
see, I don't know. This is what I wrote down in the beginning. I put combat 0.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a straight roll.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. Oh, 9.
9. Nice. So
Yeah.
you got it, and roll your damage, which I think on
That's 4
the-
dice, right?
the kind of gun you've got. Yeah, I'm just taking a. There it is. SMG have 2 dice.
Oh, okay. So 8 damage then.
8 damage, right? And were you rolling, trying to shoot at anyone in particular?
Oh,
There was one of the smaller ones was damaged already. Another
Right.
smaller one is dead now, so you don't have to worry
Okay.
about that one.
I'm shooting at the smaller one that's already damaged.
Right. Okay. And sorry, what was the damage?
The damage roll was 8
8. Okay.
for 2 dice. Yeah. So I guess that'd be -3.
So this one suffers a grievous wound. A lot of its magma just spills onto the ground. It's missing the ability to create tentacles for itself. And you can tell it's not dead, but it is definitely laying inert.
Okay, and I get to shoot twice, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so now I'm gonna aim for the bigger one with the thicker crust, I guess.
Right.
See if I can get this guy. All right. And I get uh 13. Sorry, yeah, 13.
13. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, roll double sixes again.
Oh, nice. So let me just mark down the damage.
Okay, right, damage. So
Hold on. Oh, that wasn't your damage.
no, that was
your attack roll. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
But
Yeah,
you rolled
so-
double sixes, so yeah, let's get the damage first.
Okay, damage is 6 total.
6 total. Okay.
Yeah, I don't add anything to this, right? To the dice roll.
No. So you can tell that this thing took your shot and absorbed it. You can see that it's definitely peppered with little spots through its crust, but it doesn't appear to have even flinched. But you get a complication for this thing.
Okay. So what's
So you can make something up that that happens in your favor during this scenario, or you can leave it up to me. Either way.
um so what would happen if one of the other, like the remaining Levadians, tried to run away? Like
Right.
maybe it's trying to go for help or something like that, but it's running away.
Right. Okay. So it wouldn't be in fear because I already rolled their morale when the first one was basically obliterated.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll say it's going to you can tell it's going to fetch more pigs. It's turned tail and it's squealing back to the battlefield.
But we definitely want to stop it from doing that.
Right. Is so this should work in your favor at least for a round or two.
Yeah.
So for if you want to stop it, it's definitely within shot range.
Okay. But somebody else has to shoot him, right?
Yeah, you've
Because I
got
got my two.
you've got your 2 shots off already.
Yeah.
All right. Would anyone else like to go? Unless you want to move or do something other than shoot too.
Pasadena and I already moved.
Yeah.
I readied my shotgun.
Right. What are you readying it for, by the way?
Oh, if some of the Lavardians get within, not that I know anything about this, within 20 feet, then I fire.
They are already within 20 feet, but if they get closer, like aggressive towards you and Pasifina, I guess.
Yeah, because this is all happening at the same time too, right? Correct?
Yeah, I've broken it up into sided initiative.
Okay.
So it's fairly how do you say it? It's just about happening at the same time.
Yeah, I want to put EST and Pasivina at least say it's a 30 yard meters away.
Right. Okay.
As a part of my move, I'm going to get behind them and a distance away.
Right. Okay. So you are basically helping Pasifina to move back.
Yeah. And do I see? Are there any like boulders, or is there any cover per se?
There is what you did was you came over a rise in the landscape, and that's where Zen aggroed some of the things, and you're still standing on that rise, so you can definitely take a few steps backwards, and you're basically sinking away from the battle.
Okay. I move back far enough that Pasivina can't be seen over the rise, but my head still is.
Okay.
I can see.
And you're taller than her, I guess.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
maybe she's back farther.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you can see, and she's hidden.
Yeah.
Okay. And is Pasifina doing that as well?
Pasifina is strapped into her
Her
security
baby seat.
harness. Yeah. And she has gone from just blowing in and out of her bag to an inaudible high-pitched scream as she panically blows in and out of her bag.
Yeah, that's right.
And that will be her turn.
Okay. All right. And Rad and Chad, of course, they are firing their SMGs. They had those out as as kind of a threat, but now they're actually pointing and firing. So soldiers get a +3 combat, I believe.
Can I like yell at them to stop that guy? Get that guy!
Yes, for sure. For sure. And so the first one will hit both times, and it's this this undamaged one that is running. And that he rolls he rolled a an 11 both times for his attack. He rolled a 9 for one of his damages. He rolled a 10 for another of his damages. Okay. So 9 and 10 damage. There we go. And my calculator is, he's got a slight wound at least. And and he's got a major wound as well. So he drops, and he is unable to run anymore. So you've got that guy down, and let's say there. And the next let's say that was Rad, and Chad will also fire. So that is 1 hit, not 2. And he's firing on the big Levadian there. And barely hits him. Like, it's the same thing. He shoots into the crust, and the crust just absorbs his the bullets. He rolled a 6 damage. And there is a Gakana. He's having difficulty with this. Right? You can see that this has gone south very, very quickly for him. And he's actually going to need to make a probably a social roll to keep his head about him. And fails. He has failed. So what he's going to do is he's going to run away from combat. He's going to blast right through your group, and you can feel the heat coming off of this thing is intense. So he doesn't touch you, but he moves through you, and you are taken aback by the heat of this thing, and he just runs. He just books it out of there. So all you're left with is facing this big Levadian, and at this point, he's got no friends left. But in the immediate area, right?
Yeah.
Sorry for him.
And he has. Let me just compare that to his stats. He makes it. He makes his social roll, his morale check. Is what I'm defaulting. Social is what I'm defaulting morale to, and he definitely makes it. Well, he barely makes it. And he's going to strategically back up and try to try to run into the crowd and like zigzag back and forth. They're not that far away. They're probably about the whole field of combat there is probably about 20 feet away or so, yard meters rather. And so he's going to get in there, and he's going to have to make a physical check, I guess. In order to run back and forth and get lost in the crowd like a zebra. Right? And you know what? He rolled 2 6s. And so what happens is he manages to get in there, and he starts squealing, and 8 EST can hear in this panicked voice. He is saying words. He's using language. He's saying what he's saying is oh, how would he know that? He's gonna have to make one more check. He probably would have made this check previously. It would be a knowledge check, and he doesn't have knowledge, so it's at a -3. He does not make that knowledge check. I'm gonna have to change his tack. He's going to run back and forth. He's squealing still, but he's saying, they're up on the hill. Look at them. They are trying to help the Bacarakians. So he's alerting everyone he runs by of your presence. And you can see that little piggy eyes are being turned up towards you. And a lot of them will take their tentacles from the ground and starts looking around, looking at the pig who is squealing about this, and then looking back at your company. And I guess they don't see who is it? 8 EST. They don't see Pacifina. I guess they see 8 EST because his head is sticking up. They don't see Pacifina, and they don't see Agukana either because he just took off. But they see Rad, Chad, Zen, Mouser, and ADST, all standing there as this pig runs around accusing you of being Bacarakian sympathizers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is his turn. So now it's up to you. What are you thinking of doing now? And you can take a moment to talk about it out of character. So you don't need to just jump on a course of action individually.
Run away. If there's 80 of them, and they're all coming in our direction, I have great the word not coming.
Trepidation?
No. I have great confidence in Zen's ability to shoot these things, but 80 of them is a bit overwhelming, I think.
As he's running around, he hasn't alerted all 80. You can see that, but it probably won't take long either to build up a force that would overpower you.
Yeah.
I would like to shoot him if possible.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
We have been shooting at him. It hasn't been doing a lot of good yet.
So I gotta take a phone call.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to just check the. Oh, sorry. What what was the gun? It was a shotgun, wasn't it? Or that's Zen I'm talking to.
Oh, mine is a Gauss rifle.
Gauss rifle. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so Gauss rifles have a wicked range, so yes, for sure,
up
for
to
sure they
600
can.
feet.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure they can. You can aim at him, but he's got some. He's undercover, right? He's in amongst his own people. So aiming at that one specific dude, he's going to have cover. So instead of an 8 that you're aiming for, you're going to need to hit a 10.
Okay. Do you want me to do that now, or
Unless anybody is going to try and talk you out of that.
No, nobody can.
I'm not talking you out of it.
it.
However, I'm going to suggest a strategic retreat to one of our spaceships if we can get there next. But
Then I will shoot the liar. Shoot the liar. Oh,
But
crap,
shoot
no.
him first, yeah.
Mhm.
79. No, it's a 9, so it does not hit for my first shot.
No, that misses, and you hit another one, another random
okay.
Levadian.
Okay. Do I need to roll for damage on that one, or?
No, we'll say I don't think you're taking. It's not gonna matter necessarily because you're not. I don't think you're taking down all of them necessarily.
I'm definitely not trying to.
Yeah, exactly. So one more shot.
That will hit. That's 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Okay. Roll your damage.
What's this now? 14.
Woo.
14. Nice.
Oh, finally, we get it.
All right. That does you can tell it hurts him. It does not give him a wound. Not even a small wound. It doesn't blow through his endurance like the other two did.
That's suspicious.
Yeah.
He's just tough. You can see that he's big and tough. All right, so that's okay. So he's got that numeral. The big Levadian is also running, and that was 14 damage. All right. And I think we should probably wait for. I feel like we knew you were going to fire and try and kill this guy at a distance. But we should wait for the rest of us to actually back up. And make your retreat if that is indeed what we're doing. And when I say the rest of us, I mean James should be back.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, there you are. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I apologize.
Yeah, no problem. And
14 damage. Woo woo.
mhm.
Woo, woo. It did barely anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's okay. I
Mhm.
still have a gun
Yes.
and skills.
Raven
right.
just doesn't like it, so he doesn't allow us to kill anything.
Yeah.
you have killed so much.
So have you. Have we already forgotten Bert and Zippy and Dr. Bot? Like,
Mhm.
Never forget Zippy.
never.
So, I would like to. I guess your plan is to retreat. Is that true?
Well, I'm suggesting that. I don't know what else.
James is suggesting that because I don't want to bring up another character yet.
Paciphine has been suggesting that the whole time, but
Yeah,
it's
of
hard to
course.
understand her through the paper bag.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're upset about the runaway part, we could always strategically relocate for a better advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking if we go to one of our ships, maybe the enforcer ship, if we can get to it, maybe we can come up with another plan. We can use something on the ship to help us, maybe, or I don't know, make contact with somebody, perhaps.
All right, so you are escaping the immediate danger, and it seems like these lava pigs are too embroiled in their slaughter of the Backrakians to really give chase.
So they're killing Baccaradians?
Yeah, they are.
Maybe I misunderstood. I thought they were just drilling holes in the ground.
That they are doing that. And that is where the Backrakians are. They have like little tunnels, basically like little anthill tunnels.
Okay.
And they will escape through these tunnels. That's how they move around.
Okay.
Right? So they live underground, and that's how they do that. You haven't seen their lairs necessarily, but you've seen the little exit holes. And there was one point where the Rad and Chad first came to the dome, and there was some tension between the Backrakians. Like two groups were arguing, and one group went off in a huff, and they escaped through some of these tubes. Right. So, and I'm calling them tubes, but they're just like tiny little tunnels.
So, if we're all retreating, I'll yell to you guys, go like, go! I'll cover the rear. And I will not go, but nobody will know until it is too late. Sorry.
No.
Well, thanks.
I will I'll retreat, but much slower, and I'll just keep shooting.
Right.
So,
You're not happy that we're retreating. You just want to go. You just want to go in shooting and shoot everything. And,
yeah, I don't see like you say this like it's a bad thing, but really, I mean,
but you'll die sooner.
but I'll protect us.
Yeah.
But you'll die with victory in your mouth.
Yes, an honorable death in combat. Assuming this happens.
Yeah.
Of course.
So where are you retreating to?
I'm pulling the plug on Pasavina.
Right.
The little baby papoose unlocks and disappears, and she falls out.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, run.
You don't have to tell her, like,
Yeah,
the whole time she was in the papoose, her legs are like running in like cartoon fashion. So as soon as she hits the ground, she's already running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome. And I'm going to stay with my head sort of above the crest, making sure everyone gets over top and back towards us.
Right. So you can see we are all backing up except for Zen, who is backing up slowly but also shooting into the crowd.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
At any point, is there a scenario case where I can fire my shotgun to protect Zen in like sort of cover fire sort of scenario case?
Right. I see what you're saying. There is, yes, there is. We have just begun. Well, we are in the midst of a turn now, so you can do that now if you like.
Cool. Just sort of like, because it's a shotgun.
Yeah.
I just sort of, I'm not aiming at her, obviously.
No.
Please do not.
Take you out of your misery. Like I'm gonna sort of sweep to the left and fire off a shotgun blast in that direction. Hopefully, like sort of hitting a few of them, maybe getting them to seek cover or something of that nature.
Right.
Put their heads down for a moment. You know?
Yeah. Okay. What's your combat
woohoo.
roll?
It would be 9.
9. Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So you do hit some. No need to roll damage. That is a lot of pig flesh. We'll just say you hit some, you hurt some. They're not all big like that one that's basically soaking up those bullets.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hit them, you hurt them. They do kind of where you shot in that crowd, they do kind of disperse a little bit. And so it's effective what you're doing.
Okay. Cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, right. Yeah, because it's shotguns 46 as damage. So
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm saying no need to roll damage. A bunch of them got hit because of the spread, and they disperse.
When I have a moment,
Mhm.
do I see that most of them have come over the crest of the hill?
Yeah, except for Zen, who is only just slowly backing up. She still
Okay.
hasn't necessarily crested the little rise.
Right. Well, when I fire that one, I move closer to Zen.
Okay, sort of
I'm
standing
moving
with
up
her.
over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually, as she's backing up, I'm gonna move up towards her, and then if she continually backs up, I will back up with her.
Okay. So there has already. I want to ask you a question. Specifically, I want to ask Pasifina a question. Because she basically hit the ground running. I think she's probably leading the retreat. So
She's not leading anyone. She's just running.
there has been 2 people who have retreated back this way. One, the wounded Bakarakian. And 2, the Agakana, the turncoat Levadian. And there are several places to go as well. So you could follow one of these 2 people, or you could go to a place. There's your ship, the other ship that's there, the other player ship, the enforcer ship. Yeah. So there's those landmarks you could run to as well. So Pasifina, where do you think you would be running to?
She'd probably run back to the ship.
Which one?
Her ship.
Right. Okay. So you're running off that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know.
There's like a little crawl space, like a Jeffries tube.
Mhm.
She's gonna open that up, get in it, and close the door behind her.
Yeah. Okay. You're not there yet. You're still in the process of getting there. But
Okay.
Mouser, I think you were a little worried about this combat as well. So you'd probably be second in line.
Yeah, but I thought we were. I wondered if we could head to the enforcer ship because I figured that if anybody has extra armaments, and I think there's also a couple of other guys hanging out there, it would be those guys.
Yeah, there certainly are. And so what do you want to do about that? Because I know you've got extra different plan than Pasifina, but Pasifina is already booking it in a different direction.
I tried to convince Pasifina that we should stick together and we should not hide in a Jeffers too.
Yeah,
just yet.
It's gonna be quick. It'll be like, come on, this way.
Yeah.
And how do you respond to that, Pasifina?
If that way looks clear of any bad guys, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Mhm.
Sure, she'll run that way.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. That's it seems the direction he's pointing seems to be there's nobody there. So and you know exactly where he's going. He's you know exactly where he's going. You know where the enforcer ship is, and so yeah. You two start making your way over in that direction. And on the Levadian's turn, you did disperse them a little bit with that shotgun blast, and the one pig that was squealing got hit, which unfortunately did not kill him, even with the Gauss rifle. So he's still running around trying to raise awareness of your presence, but there is no movement towards you. You can see that he is there are more of them looking up at you after this initial it looks like the initial attack is actually mellowing a little bit. They were in a reverie of murder, but now they are they're kind of tired, exhausted. There's steam everywhere, and they are now there's this one pig running around saying, "Look, there's a new enemy over there." And they're not attacking you yet. They won't attack you on this turn because you dispersed them effectively. So I would like you to begin your next turn, and I wonder specifically what are Zen and Mouse are doing. Sorry, Zen and 8EST doing, because they're like right up at. They're still haven't necessarily exited combat.
I'm just following her lead, so we're standing side by side, and
right.
For me, it's every time she takes a shot or she takes a bunch of shots, I just go a kaboom.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so what do you think, Zen?
Yes, and in between shots, I will be telling ADST to go protect the others. I'm coming.
Right. Okay. Are you still like backing up slowly?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say you've gotten over the rise of the hill,
Mhm.
but over the crest of the hill, rather, and you've probably got this turn, and then you will have backed up out of sight. So
Okay. I will stop backing up once I'm further. Like I'm only backing up because if they're coming towards me, I still want to have range. And I don't
right,
want them to be
right,
close.
okay.
Um,
You don't have that much
and
range on them, because if you back up any further, you'll be your shot will be obstructed. Right.
okay, so then I will eventually stop backing up. My main goal is to shoot the one I've been shooting, the one that keeps taking the hits but not
Right.
going down.
Okay.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
Get those guys! Get those guys! You're the enemy!
Yeah.
And so 8EST, what do you think?
I'm not going anywhere.
No. Okay. All right. So let's get.
It would be 8EST will say to Zen while standing beside her, the best way to protect them is to protect you. And fires again.
Okay. All right. I'm interested in first in Zen's 2 shots, because you're trying to kill this one
Yeah.
specific
Okay,
one, trying to
so-
snipe it.
Damn you and your morals, ADST. Set in at this 10.
10 will
I
hit.
got a
Yep.
And it's woo.
Cat with sugar the cat. Hold on. 12, 14. Cat else. Yeah, 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. It's now got a light wound.
Finally.
Jesus.
And
No, potato.
sorry, what was your damage roll again?
14. Yeah. 4 fois 3, 12. Yeah, 14.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, my cat's after my dice now. She knows.
Cats are great.
Like, not the good ones. Play with the bad rolling ones. This is so my first shot was a 10 and then I hit damage 14.
Okay. So it's got you can tell it's got a light wound. It's slowed down. And it's stopped screaming as loud as it can. It is no longer squealing. But it definitely has been shot nastily. And it's definitely penetrated that thick hide armor that it has. So you've got one more shot, I believe.
I will shoot it again.
Pew pew pew.
Oh no, that's
Shoot me again.
yeah. Cat sign. No, 9.
9. Oh, 9 does not hit. So you do manage to hit a different one, wounding it, possibly killing it. You see its head. It kind of slumps down. You don't know if it's dead or alive, but you definitely hit a different one that kind of strayed in the way.
Good enough for me for now.
And then 8 EST is laying down some cover fire. So if just hit an 8 with your
I did
with your attack. Awesome.
But I rolled 2 8. 2 8s. 2 4s.
2 4s. Nice. All right.
2 8s on the D6.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have you roll your damage this time.
Oh, okay. Ooh. 12 and 5 is 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage.
Sweet.
Very nice.
So that's enough probably to kill one of the medium Levadians, one of the smaller ones. And so since you rolled 2
4s.
2 fulls, doubles. I'm going to say that you've killed actually 3 of them that were close together.
Woo.
And so there's a whole crowd of them that were just behind them that just start running because they're not having that.
No.
So you're managing to break their lines with the shotgun.
Okay, sweet.
All right.
I will suggest at the so as I just give me 2 seconds to go through it in my head.
Yeah.
Zen, I think we should back away. It is to all our advantages to have you with us. You need to come with me now.
I'll take one more shot and then I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
Just one more.
That will happen just as soon as we clear up what. Well, I guess Mouser and Pasifina are simply running, right?
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, we're.
You've seen the graphic.
I'm not really bothering to stop and shoot at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. At this point, you've started running, and I would like. I mean, you've started. You're continue to run, and I would like Zen to take that one last shot before taking off with them.
Okie dokie. Oops, purple dice should be good today. Come on. Oh, come on. No, that's a 4, 5, 6, 7.
Kill.
7. Yeah. So you're still hitting these Levadians, but you're not necessarily hitting the one that you're trying to hit.
Right. And then second shot.
Okay.
No, okay, I'm done for that.
Okay.
That was a 6. So yeah, no. Good timing. Let's go.
All right.
I will take one final shot myself, and then we'll scoot.
Okay.
Darn. Got a 7.
All right. All right. That doesn't hit. You kind of fire over the crowd. I don't know if that was intentional, but it certainly looked intentional. Like a "don't follow us" kind of warning shot. And so you back up. You start running. As a group, the enforcers come as well. They should probably have been doing something, like shooting or whatever. But they're trained for that. We'll say that they were shooting, but they weren't necessarily shooting the same people that you were shooting. Yeah. Right? They had their own little conflict going on. So they'll follow you as you all retreat. And at this point, it's 10:10. We'll take a little break. You're just booking it back to the enforcer ship, and you're gonna regroup, find a plan that you can live with, and that's what we're doing now. Yeah. Okay, and we'll take about 10 minutes, and then come back. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yes. Good combat. I like that. I'll be right back.
Okay. Sort of here, but
I'm gonna go try to retrieve my dice that the cat has stolen.
Okay. Good plan.
I've been playing Project High Rise, and that's some good fun.
You like it?
Yeah.
You were playing RimWorld before, weren't you?
RimWorld? No.
Was that you? That might
have been someone else. Yeah.
I saw it earlier on somebody's list. I thought it was you. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah, Project High Rise. I've played that before. That's cool.
Yeah.
I also have I've played Mad Tower, which is similar.
Mad Tower?
I think it's called Mad Tower. Let me double check.
If it's on Steam.
Where is it? Tower Madness or?
Mad Tower Tycoon?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Look at it. Yeah, it certainly looks like
different graphics style.
The whole Sim Tower kind of thing. Yeah, definitely different graphics. It's got like a 3D-ness that I'm not entirely sure I like, because it seems like it'll like the floors will obscure some of your vision. But I'm not.
I've seen them both. I've played I think Project High Rise for a small bit, right, but not very long.
Yeah, I finished one scenario, just the first scenario, just to kind of get the goals of it and kind of see how it all comes together. Oh, yeah. Mad Tower Tycoon has like disasters. It's got fires and stuff. Oh, that's neat. There's like a little guy in a suit walking around with his with a biohazard symbol above his head. I guess he's the trash man, maybe. But yeah, that looks pretty cool, actually. I can see that the walls do obscure some of it, but probably all of the information you need is right at the front of the units, right? Sorry, what was that, JM? Did JM say something?
I think he said I'm back.
Okay, but he's muted.
or maybe be right back. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. But I also just downloaded RuneScape, old school RuneScape, just to pass the time while I'm on the phone to the government or whatever. Just so I can like grind mobs or something that's not just staring off into space.
Yeah.
And that's what that game is. It's Grindfest, the game. So.
Mm-hmm. I never got into RuneScape, but I know people that have.
Yeah, neither have I. But I'm looking at it and as just that kind of time waster.
Yeah, I get you. Something to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm here, but I'm just having a snack, so I'm muting myself, but I can hear you.
Okay.
You're a snack.
Oh, if only.
I've got some like tangy spinach salad with raisins as well.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, so
With dressing?
Yeah, it's like a tangy vinaigrette.
Nice. I got a peanut butter honey sandwich.
Yum. I used to have peanut butter, like when I was a kid. Peanut butter, honey, and banana on like white Wonder Bread.
Oh.
You know? Like in my lunch basically every day.
Yeah, that's the best, when we could bring peanut butter to school.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. My friend my friend was saying that he's been playing, what's it called, Lost Ark, and
yeah, I've been playing that too.
And that when you're playing and you're not like at the end of the game and you haven't like opened up the various kinds of dungeons and stuff like that, it's very linear and not exactly what the game is supposed to be. But once you get to the end, it's like it opens up so much that it's way more fun. But that's after like level 50. Right?
Yeah, I just got to level 50 on my character.
Fantasy series that are like 12 books long.
Yeah.
And each book is 1,000 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And the fans are always like, oh, the first 4 books aren't that great, but when you get to page 7,256, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I don't think if someone's if someone's bored with Star Trek or something and they got through the first 2 seasons and the person's like, oh, it gets so much better in the 3rd season, I'm like, it doesn't get that much better that they'll suddenly like start liking Star Trek.
Right. No, most of the time people do that with like serialized shit or like long series of like, I haven't read them, but like an example would be, I see this all the time, Malazan book, right? And it's like this big fantasy series. I don't know how many books they're at, like maybe 11 or 12, and they're all like over 1,000 pages long, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds kind of cool. Like I'd actually like to read it sometime. I just don't do series very much. But the people who like it are always, not all of them, but a lot of them always say, oh, the book's not that great. And you just have to plow through it, and then it gets awesome. But the idea of reading like 1,000-page book in the hopes that the next ones will just get magically better, it seems really odd to me.
Yeah, I know. You gotta be bored for this amount of time before you can stop being bored. Like you could just read like a good book that starts good.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. They could be wrong. Like they could. I often like the beginnings of things. Like people say that about The Expanse too. They say that the series, like few episodes especially, are like slow and not that good.
Right.
But I really like them. I like the beginning because it's just like, even though it's a non-serialized example, like Star Trek, like the
Yeah.
beginning when they didn't really know what they were doing yet. That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, and it was kind of
So-
all over the place, and James Kirk had an R instead of a T as his middle initial.
that.
That's how they spell Tiberius in the future, though.
And once
So-
librarians.
yeah.
Riberians.
Yeah, and they also introduced like the Federation as the Earth Federation or something like that
Mhm. Yeah.
in one episode, and then they said Spock's people were Vulcanians, I believe.
Volcanians. Wow.
Yeah, but that's fine. Like that's fine. That's what I mean. Like I like when they don't know what they're doing. I like even the early TNG when like all the characters are acting kind of weird.
Yeah, and it's
like,
it's a little more chaotic. You don't know what to expect, you know?
Right. Yeah. And I didn't think the beginning of The Expanse was bad at all. Actually, I really enjoyed it.
The
But
book
I
is
still have to
really
progress
good.
further than the first season.
The Book of the Expanse.
There are 7 books in The Expanse, and the first one is the one I don't read a lot.
Right.
And the first book I read probably in about a week.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You just have to get through the first book, and then the rest are good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's-
Oh no! Wait, hold on.
it's the other way around.
In a 7-book series, probably the third one starts to get good.
I have many times attempted to read Dune, and
Yeah.
I get about 3 chapters in, and I'm going, I have not understood a word of what I've read.
Yep.
I'm lost in this desert world of what the fuck.
My podcast co-host actually said that he likes the books, but he kind of actually prefers the TV series.
Yeah.
that's
Well, it's
unusual
necessarily
for
going to
him.
get to the point quicker, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I feel
I
like-
guess it depends on your perspective, but I guess so. Yeah, like I'm a slow reader, so
Right.
you know.
I am too. But I found the books, like it was exciting. Like you get to the end of a chapter and it's like, okay, well, now I can't put it down now. I got to go to the next chapter.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's a technique borrowed from the finest pulp writers.
Yeah.
The ending the chapter on a way that's like, oh, I got to read the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 gentlemen that write The Expanse.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
A fantasy guy and actually like a hard science fiction guy.
Oh, neat.
Okay.
So that's why there's that sort of there's a.
Well, I know
decent
I know he wrote like other Daniel Corey or Daniel Abraham. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote other short stories and stuff like that are not a part of that. Like he was kind of I don't know.
Yeah, like they're both independent writers, but they came together to write the Expanse,
Yeah.
and they go under the pseudonym, whatever the pseudonym is for The Expanse.
I don't know. The other guy was a scientist. That sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Or a hardcore science guy, as he said.
Yeah. Well, he's hardcore science fiction. I think is the what's his name?
Right.
Yeah.
Nope, can't find it. Nope, not there.
Sometimes that stuff is a hard read. Depending on who's doing it. Like some guys can make it kind of exciting, but yeah.
Again, yeah, like I've read a number of the hard science kind of.
Yeah.
One.
I like it. Too.
Asimov was no, he wasn't. What's his name is the guy that wrote Ringworld.
Larry Neiman.
Yeah, he's hard science guy.
Yeah, he's a pretty hard science guy. Hal Clement is a hard science guy. Arthur C. Clarke. Yeah, bit of a hard science guy for sure. Yeah.
As opposed to it being, oh, well, we just invented this thing that does this stuff so we can get over all of this, physics problems. They sort of go, no, we got to deal with the physics of it.
Oh yeah, some of these guys can really go on, and it's depending on whether you're engaged enough, Because there's that Neil Stevenson book 70 about he's writing about what happens if the moon gets blown out of orbit, and they like create this that gives humanity sort of an excuse to try and expand into space, and it's like a very long book, but not a lot actually happens in it. It's just like talking about space exploration and like how to survive in like a spaceship long term for
Right.
months and months.
Spends a lot of time on the house.
Yeah, on the house exactly.
Yeah.
There's a cute story about the Ringworld one where after he wrote the first book, he was doing a lecture at a university, and there were a bunch of people in the back, science guys, geeks like us, with posters up going, "The Ringworld is gonna like tip over on its axis," because they had figured out with the propulsion drive and stuff that he had described, it wasn't going to work properly.
Right. Okay.
So in the second book, he actually he goes through a
Oh, he
whole
modified it.
explanation
Nice.
of modifications that why it would stay in actual orbit.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Totally
cool.
geek.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, actually, this is my world, so these things happen so that's not true. This is not collapsing in on itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I thought that was like, it's just a cute little anecdote about like the sort of hard people who write hardcore fiction get critiqued by people who are actually scientists. And
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right,
No.
I think
Back to
we're
science.
Like
here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I want to change gears a little bit. You are still going back to the enforcer ship, but something happens to you on the way there. You're running under the sky of this world across the obsidian littered ground, away from the battle behind you, and you can hear the battle. But all of a sudden you feel like you're not running anymore, and you can't hear the sounds of the world around you, and everything is you're looking around you, and it's your party. There's no Rad and Chad. There's no Agakana. It's the four of you here, and you're looking around, and you can see that there are you're in a big room with very high ceilings. There are marble columns coming down. It is not as hot as this other planet was. So this new space, you were just in this new space suddenly. There are huge banners coming down from the ceiling to almost the floor. The ceiling looks very, very high up. It's probably like 60, 80 yard meters. Like if you shot a weak pistol up there, you're not sure if the bullet would actually dent the ceiling. And you're looking around, and you can see that there are figures all around you, right? And they all seem to be facing away from you, or they have a veil over them or something like that. It's hard to tell exactly because it's kind of dark in here, and they're wearing robes. They're wearing robes that make their bodies kind of featureless. And they are it's hard to tell the color of the robes because it's so dark. But you can see that there is an emblem on each of their robes, and what you're standing on is a long red rug that goes from behind you, because this is a long room. It goes from behind you to a staircase in front of you, which is also fairly far away. It's probably 30 units away from you, and it's a tall staircase that ends in a sort of a podium, and you can see that there is somebody is up there. They seem to be like larger than life. They're also wearing these robes, but they're not human, it's humanoid, but it's not human like most of you are human, excepting the android, of course. And you can see that it is probably, we'll say, it's hard to tell from here because it's far away, right? But you're going to guess that it is about 15 feet tall. So probably about 3 times the size of a person. And it's got appendages, and it's got it seems to have feet coming out of the underneath the robe that it's wearing. But they're all like these writhing, smoky kind of tendrils, right? And it's got like these tendrils coming out from the veil in front of its face, and from underneath it. And one thing that you all immediately notice is that it has a pyramid artifact in front of it, which mirrors exactly the pyramid artifact that you have, that you kind of left in the battle back there.
Oh,
As well.
What? No, we didn't.
I didn't mean to do that.
Because you can't necessarily move it, right? The artifact. It's on a podium. It's in the right near the dome, the cocoa shop. But if you move it, you alter space and time. So it's on this podium, and it hasn't moved. Right? So you can't take it with you necessarily, unless you are altering the universe to do that. But this person, this creature, also seems to have one right in front of it. And it's not, he's not doing anything right now. There's a long, awkward pause that you can take in the room. You can ask questions to me. You can act in character. Just let me know what it is your characters are thinking and doing right at this moment as you are sort of transported away from the situation.
I have an in-character question and a not-in-character question.
Mm-hmm.
So the not-in-character question first is, you said another planet. So I don't know if you meant to say that or not. Like you said, or sorry, you said the other planet being what we just left.
Right.
So obviously, is that meant to clue us in that this is another planet? I mean, we're sort of assuming that.
Well, it's not clear where you are, right? Because you're in a room. So it's difficult to know if you're on the same planet or if you're somewhere else. Like, this is a very strange thing that's happened to you.
Right.
You were just forcibly transported.
Oh, okay.
So my character question is this high vaulted chamber, these strange figures. Do any of us recognize them? Do any of us feel a resonance with this room?
Well, why don't you roll a? I would like everyone to roll a knowledge check on the emblem that is on these figures that are sort of lining the room.
Double sixes.
Nice.
What happens to doubles again?
You get to narrate a complication. There's no opposition right now, so I'll give you some extra information, or you can ask an out of character question that I will answer truthfully. You can choose one of those things.
I will take the extra information.
Okay. And everybody else, tell me your knowledge checks.
I got a 10.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Trying to find out my knowledge now.
Then it's all about the knowledge. Shoot.
Okay, so I'm still feeling that boost, am I?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I have a 7.
Okay, that's not necessarily enough to understand the emblem. Just let me type something out as well.
Sorry. Let me just. Yeah. Yeah, it is a 7. Sorry, I was just making sure.
Okay, so anyone with an 8 or above will recognize this emblem as a group that works. They're a well-known group that works to that. They're more like a cult. They sort of worship the other spaces that are separate from the real material plane, and the creatures that reside there, especially destructive things. So they are analogous, I guess, to the Cthulhu mythos cults. So they're definitely this weird psychedelic kind of dark destructive bunch of people. So anyone with an 8 or above would recognize that.
They're baddies.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like us. We're goodies.
Exactly. So as you're looking around, there's some extra information as well for Pasifina. Your specialty is in very technical things, so I'll probably give it to you in that from that perspective. You're looking around and you see that you've studied like materials, building materials, and materials that are sort of cloth, and you recognize this marble. It's not really marble, and you recognize the material that the banners are made out of. And it's not something that could retain its shape in this material plane, right? This is something from void space. So this is not you get the feeling that you have been taken from the material plane and transported to void space.
So she will try to inform everyone of that, not be able to catch her breath, take her inhaler, and then be able to just basically get out. We're in void space.
Yes.
So
yes, perfect.
So I'm looking around the room, and I'm kind of looking at my my companions, and I'm sort of joking around. I'm being like, so where the hell are we, and what's their value here? I'm looking around. It's like this looks like a kingly abode of some kind, and I'm like, I have this weird acquisitive look in my eyes.
And that's when you hear this this voice obviously emanating from the person up on the podium with the pyramid artifact. But it is speaking in a low volume, but it's kind of speaking in directly into your head, like telepathy or something. And it says, "Yes, a kingly abode. I rule this space, and I have all of these worshippers here for me."
I immediately grab Passivina.
Like in fear,
In fear of the fact that she's about to dart.
right?
It's okay, Passivina. I put her back in her little chair. Give her a little paper bag.
Still breathing in and out of her inhaler.
Yeah.
Using it way more than you're supposed to.
And it leans, it seems like it's a very awkward lean, but it doesn't necessarily put it off balance. But it leans towards the pyramid artifact in front of it. And as it does so, it seems that the pyramid artifact kind of grows to be sort of the right size for it. You know how it's how for you this thing is about like a foot across by, well, maybe a couple of feet across on each direction and each axis. And so it started like it started very small, but as the creature leaned over, it seemed to change dimensions so that it was the appropriate size for it. And it's looking at this thing, and it's saying, "This is an interesting thing you've gotten. Where did you procure this from?"
Well, I say we procured it. We procured it fair and square, my lord. We during our travels, you see, I myself, I am something of a fortune hunter, and
Yes.
these are my companions.
Very good. My question is more precisely how did you procure this?
Oh, we rescued it from the hands of some febrile vermin, my lord.
Yes. Will you step forward and show me exactly how you've used this thing?
Oh, my lord, I'm afraid I can't exactly remember. I know many things changed.
And this you can see that this creature stands up to its full height, and it is agitated, and its tendrils are sort of they're like smoky, right? They're kind of only half there. This creature seems like it's partly made out of smoke. And you can tell that it's agitated because its tendrils are moving quickly and in sort of an agitated way. And it says, "You don't remember how, but you will come forward and demonstrate regardless."
While he, like, as I see him being agitated, I kind of quietly and slowly take out one of my auto pistols from my pocket, and get it kind of ready in case.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. So you've got it sort of in your hand. And it's like down at your side.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. All right. So it still has demanded that you step forward and show how it is used.
Are we talking the triangle of the one that we picked up in the first one?
Yeah, the thing that's warps space and time in order to rewrite the universe so that you can be anywhere within it.
Got it. ADST and Pasadena were not there, so we don't know. Or I don't know, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Well, do we actually know what we did last time? Like, could it be conceivable that we could hide this knowledge? I mean,
It was
we could just in
was
theory.
it was indirect. Your knowledge of it is indirect, but because it was Zippy Bravado who used it in the first place. But you saw what she did, and you understand how she did it. That she picked it up, and the mechanics of it are she picked it up, and she kind of turned with the artifact to sort of like look to another part of the room. But as she grasped this thing, you could feel your point of view, your perspective shift from this tiny little ship, and it pulls back, and you can see the entirety of space and time. And you understood, or Zippy rather, understood that she could just choose a place and be there instantly. And as she turned to examine the universe, she saw that the stars were turning with her, and they were moving and spinning around each other, and she stopped and they stopped, and she turned the other direction, and they started moving backwards. Right, so you can control time in that way with it by manipulating it in space. And I'm not sure exactly how much Zippy Bravado would have told you about what she was doing, but it seemed intuitive to you.
Yeah. So I guess now we have this power.
Yeah, this is a real power you have on the Obsidian planet.
Yeah. And now we're expected to demonstrate it. Well,
people want you to demonstrate something only for one reason, so they can take it from you and use it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should use
history,
it right
my
now.
friend.
Are these like cubes or whatever, pyramids? Are they a known artifact?
They're not. That was Zippy's initial interaction with it was the first any of you had ever heard of this thing.
And this being doesn't seem to know.
It doesn't seem to know. It's asking you. It seems to be a creature of worship, probably of some knowledge, and it is asking you, some mere mortal, how to use it.
Tell her it's out of gas.
Well, wow, what a predicament. So this artifact, this object that we have here, it does have certain magical properties. And because I'm sort of not sure how powerful this thing is, or maybe I instinctively know, and I'm a little bit afraid of it, or maybe I'm just trying to play for time, or maybe something else. I will it so that there's now a painting on the wall of this chamber that wasn't there before. And
You will that to be?
I will that to be. And it is a portrait of it is a portrait of a seaside landscape. It's a very sort of prosaic
Wow.
seaside landscape portrait, and I just
Okay.
make it appear on the wall.
All right. So you're taking control of this reality and trying to create something on the wall.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll a technical skill
All
for
right,
that.
see, that could be a problem because I
Yeah.
don't have. But let's see, what do I have? So I have -1 technicals.
Okay.
So that means I subtract one, or what does that mean?
It's probably
exactly?
not -1. It's probably just one.
Dash
okay.
one.
Because -3 and 0 are the thresholds,
Okay.
and then it's 1, 2, and 3.
You
So I don't
had
know
let
why
them
I don't
create
know why I wrote that
special.
then. Okay, so I did not roll very well. I rolled a 3, or well, I add 1, so that's a 3.
Right. And add another one just because you've still got this this booster juice running through you.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
But still, in a strange twist, you do create something on the wall. It's not a painting. It's not necessarily a sunset, but there are some abstract marks that appear across two of the banners and one of the columns, one of the marble columns that are coming down from the ceiling. So whatever this intuition was, just to take a hold of the reality and change it, there is something to that. And this creature's reacting. And it doesn't close its eyes. You can't see its eyes. It's got this veil over its face. But you can see that it is relaxing, and its focus is shifting away from your forms here, and it's reaching out with its mind, and you can all feel this thing sort of probing, not probing, it's a strong word, but kind of feeling around your minds and kind of trying to grasp what you're feeling, right? Like an empath might. And then it's raises itself back up and comes back into focus, and it says, I can see this landscape that you are showing me. How is this pertinent to the artifact?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
simply intuited it.
I think his title should change every time you address him.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
And you can see this the form on the podium, it starts to shake, and it starts to flitter around. All of its tendrils start to move very quickly, and it takes one of its appendages and you can see it raises its arm, for a lack of a better word, and it's all of these tendrils just kind of knotted and weaving into one another, and it raises it, and it smacks at the artifact in front of it, and you start to see reality sort of bleeding away, and the obsidian planet starting to come back around you. And the last thing that you hear before you are dropped back into this running away from the battle scenario that we left earlier is, "You don't understand what you play with." And then you're running again on the obsidian planet.
Oh, it's nice to be running away again.
And so you're gonna make it back to the Rad and Chad's ship, but I'd like to end it there before we get there, before we make a plan to do anything else. I'd like to end it there so that we can if we want to talk about it out of game, that's cool. And it's 11 o'clock. I should be getting off as well. So
Yep.
It was a good combat. Is a little bit of a strange twist on the end there. I'm not sure if you guys totally knew what that was or anything, but I'd love to hear some guesses.
Well, I feel like as a mouser here, I feel like this being might be able to do us some good. Like, we're looking for that big voice-based ship, remember?
Hmm.
And we have a bargaining chip.
Yeah, EST will go, I think the opposite is true. You guys, not me and Pasadena, have somehow bothered an incredibly powerful being by distorting space.
Yes. That's certainly true.
We didn't do anything.
Well, we did earlier.
No. That wasn't us. That was a figment of their imagination. That didn't happen.
Of course.
When out of options, denial.
That's a
I
good
listen.
technique sometimes.
I learned from the best.
It wasn't
Zippy.
me. It wasn't
Yep.
me.
Zippy was the queen.
She
Now, this thing
was
is
very good
just
at
for
denial.
decorating the walls. This it's a nice decoration making machine. Except I can't work it so good. But I'll sell it to you.
Super cheap.
One superstar destroyer, please.
Yeah, that's
I'll drop a description of the artifact itself, because it seems like our memories are a little bit fuzzy on what it was initially, and
I remembered what it was. I didn't.
Right.
I didn't want to. I mean, that's a powerful thing, right? You can basically make it do whatever you want it to.
yeah, that's
So
right.
I don't know. I can't just say, oh well, let's rewrite it so that the Backrakians come to our rescue or something like that. It's not that I would do that anyway,
Right.
because it'd be kind of cheesy and silly.
So
but-
what did these creatures look like again? They had tendrils, I know.
Well, there were a whole bunch of figures lining the chamber, Just like
Did they all look similar, or
they all look similar. They were all hidden underneath robes that completely covered them. Right? They were all humanoid looking, but even their faces had these opaque veils on them.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't want them to know necessarily that we knew
it's like
everything
the
about
Ku
how to use
Klux
the
Klan?
Aerosol either, right?
yeah, kind of.
But do you think that they know that we know that they know?
That's my sort of my goal, I guess. So, yeah. I mean,
yeah, and they were the robe that the creature was wearing was similar, but it was not the same. It didn't have an emblem on it, and it was in a different color. It was hard to pinpoint exactly what color it was, but it certainly was not the same color as the people lining it. And when I say it was difficult to pinpoint the color, it's not that it was too dark or it was like refracting lights or there was a glare or anything. You were looking at it and confused about the color.
Is it like trying to determine between green blue and blue green?
Yeah, kind of like that. You were like it seemed like you were looking at a color that you'd never seen before, and you were trying to sort of in your mind process what you were seeing.
right.
And the smoky tendrils were a lot easier to look at. So maybe your eyes kind of moved away from the robes just to the to his weird hands.
Pasafina was in the middle of initiating a panic attack.
Yeah, that's right.
She's like, I'm in void space.
Right. All right, so we'll end that here, and we'll take it up again next week.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Raven.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
Awesome
thanks,
as
Raven. That
always.
was super fun.
Yeah. Raven, when are you gonna play Lost Ark?
Lost Ark. Yeah, I don't know exactly. We'll talk about that. We'll figure it out.
What's
Okay.
that one?
Lost Ark is an MMORPG video game, where you have lots and lots of combat, and you fight things.
It's Diablo,
and
basically.
they die. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I will see you all
Later,
soon.
Gator.
Bye now.
Next time.
Bye
All right,
now.
thanks, man.
Yeah,
That was
no
great.
problem. See you.
Thanks, Raven.
Bye.
See ya.